Hare Krishna. Om Agyanati Mirandasi Gnagna Shalakaya Chakshurumlita Minat Tasmaishi Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapit Menabutale Svarapakadama Hyam Dadati Swapadantika Vandeham Shri Guru Shuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vishnivam Shri Rupa Zagrashtam Sahagna Ragunatan Vitantam Sajivam Садвайтам Савдутам Париджана Сахитам Кришна Читания Девам Ширада Кришна Падан Схаганалита Шивишакан Витамшча He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrishapana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Hare Krishna. Um, Tomorrow is Amavasya. I think this was some kind of day where we worship um, the um, dead family members, something like this, but I will again see what is written about it. Just 1 second. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasata Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So let us see what I will find about the Amavasya. Just a moment. Let's see where it was. Sorry for the pause. Um, so Amavasya is actually the third day of the Hindu calendar month. Um, and this is in astrological calculations using the Panchang calendar, some kind of Panchang calendar. So the moon and sun are both visible at this hour in exactly equal amounts. No moonlight exists on this day because the moon has entirely lost its light. This night is still very black. So this is actually so sorry I cannot find the proper information about this Amavasya. I'm sorry, but I think this is really some day where one worships the dead family members, the ancestors. Sorry. um, Maybe I can again try to find something. Just a moment. So it is considered a time of great power, it seems. And there's observed fast to propitiate both the sun and moon gods. Yes, it is really written about the forefathers, the Pitra. Yes. So every month, the Amavasya day is considered auspicious for the worship of forefathers, and pujas are made. Yes, about the forefathers, they say. Religious people are not supposed to travel or work, and instead concentrate on the rites of Amavasyas, typically at home in the afternoon. Even today, traditional workers do not work on Amavasya in India. However, they will work on Sundays and on Saturdays and Sundays. Even high court judges of the 18th century in India used to observe Amavasya as a day off. So, like this. So really, it seems a day which um, actually one worships the forefathers, not as I said, the death people from the family, but still forefathers. It means also the death family members. Actually, it means also this for me. Okay, so tomorrow is this Amavasya. So I wanted to continue to read a website because had begun to read a text from Shrimati Shamarani Dasi. She have written this text. It is from a lecture of Srila Narayan Maharaj, and I have begun to read this text, and I will continue today to read further from there. I will give the website address. Just a moment. This is now the website address. I don't know if it will be shown there. Just a moment. Yes. Okay. So I think I was till the second citation from Adi Lila. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now I will continue. Yes. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Navadvipa and performed his pastimes there. It is said that after these pastimes were completed, he took sannyas and went to Puri. Later, he went to South India and met Srila Ramananda Raya and revealed to him his form as Shri Shri Radha and Krishna combined. This Rasaraja Mahabhava, Rasaraja and Mahabhava are also described in the Srimad Bhagavatam as the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Krishna is Rasaraja, the king of all tastes of transcendental mellows, and Radhika is Mahabhava Swarupa, the quintessence of loving emotions towards Krishna. In Navadvipa, Sri Gauranga performed Sakya Bhava pastimes with his friends in his Naravat, human-like Lila. It is said that after taking sannyas in Navadvipa, he left and performed higher pastimes in Puri. After that, on the bank of Godavari, he met Ramananda Raya and learned how to taste Krishna in a still more intense mood of separation. It is not actually true, however, that Puri and Godavari are higher than Navadvipa, nor it is true that Sri Sachinandana Gaurahari ever leaves Navadvipa. So the the title is Navadvipa, Puri and Godavari. And the title of the whole text is Which Transcendental Place is Higher? And it is written from Srimati Shemarani. Didi Mata. Okay. So uh, I will continue to read. It is said that Mahaprabhu was able to taste what he came to this world to taste only after he met Raya Ramananda, who is Vishaka in Krishna Lila. He learned from him how to taste Radha Bhava. Do you know why he learned from Ramananda Raya instead of Srila Swarupa Damodar, who is Lalita Devi in Krishna Lila? So I will again read the sentence. Do you know why he learned Sri Satchidananda Gaurahari learned from Ramananda Raya instead of Srila Swarupa Damodar, who is Lalita Devi in Krishna Lila? And Raya Ramananda is Vishaka in Krishna Lila. And Swarupa Damodar is obviously Lalita in Krishna Lila. Okay, I will continue to read. Lalita Devi is the first expansion of Radharani, and Vishaka Devi is the second expansion, but Vishaka's birthday is the same as that of Srimati Radharani. So her nature is the same. She has practically the same qualities and the same form. Krishna could not be taught by Lalita Devi because her mood is prajalpa, impudent, and bold. There is no actual equivalent word in English for prajalpa. Srimati Radhika and Srimati Vishaka, although also left-wing gopis, are the same as each other. Madhya Naika, heroines who are a mixture of Prajalpa and Mugdha, enchanted. Therefore, Mahaprabhu had to learn from Ramananda Raya how to taste Radha Bhava. And because it was at Godavari where Mahaprabhu learned to taste that Radha Bhava, some may say that Godavari is higher than Navadvipa. But this is not so. Navadvipa itself is the highest abode, and it includes Godavari and Puri. We can understand this by a comparative study of Aishwarya Maya Lila and Madhurya Maya Lila. Mais mean Mai means consisting of. What is the difference between Aishwarya and Madhurya? Aishwarya Lila are displays of opulence that cannot be performed by any human being. Madhurya Lila are those pastimes that appear human-like, even if there is a great display of opulence. If there is no opulence, then the activities are simply mundane. So there may be opulence, but the lila still appears sweet and human-like, and so it is called Madhurya, whether opulence is clearly present or not. In Madhurya Lila, there does not seem to be opulence. So whether opulence is clearly present or not, in Madhurya Lila, there does not seem to be opulence. As we see from Krishna's Lila, there is more Aishwarya in Vrindavan than there is in Vaikunta, Dvaraka, or Mathura. However, it is covered by so much sweetness that the opulence cannot be tasted. For clarification, an example is given of salt and sugar. There are 4 cups. The first has uh, uh, one spoon of salt and no sugar. The second has 2 spoons of salt and 1.5 spoons of sugar. The third has 3 spoons of salt and 3 spoons of sugar. And the fourth has 4 spoons of salt and 100 spoons of sugar. Although the fourth cup has more salt, one cannot taste it because of all the sugar. In Goloka Vrindavan, the opulence is covered. Krishna Madhura Lila includes Aishwarya. When Krishna lifted Govardhana hill, the cowherd boys thought that he must be tired. They considered, we should also help to hold up Govardhana with our sticks. Others thought, because of Nanda Maharaja's austerities, Lord Narayana had entered Krishna's body. It is actually Lord Narayana who is holding Govardhana. The gopis were glaring with crooked eyes upon Govardhana. They said to him, if you fall down on Krishna, if you fall down. So they said to Govardhana, the gopis said to Govardhana hill, if you fall down on Krishna, we will curse you. So these are human-like pastimes. When Krishna was a baby, he showed his mother his universal form. Everything was there within his mouth, all incarnations. Everything was there within his mouth. Everything was there within his mouth. All incarnations, all universes, all elements, all senses, and so on. Despite this and so forth. Despite this, Yashoda Maya could not conceive that her son was God. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and his Dhamma, Sri Navadvipa, is Vrindavan itself. In Navadvipa he is known as Sachiputra and Sachinandan, the son of Sachimata and Jagannatha Mishra. He was also called Vishnu Priya Pati, the husband of Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi. Practically no one knew he was the Supreme Lord. Two of his friends at the same time were Jagadananda Pandit and Swarupa Damodara. They were his fellow students when he attended the school of Gangadas Pandit, and they all performed their Madhurya Lila there. As there are so many human learned scholars or pandits, so the residents of Navadvipa considered Sachiputra to be Nimai Pandit. A very good human pandit. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit. There is no Aishwarya in this name, Nimai Pandit. It is Naravat. When Keshava Kashmiri, the Digvijaya challenging scholar, came to defeat the Pandits of Navadvipa, they decided to make Nimai Pandit their representative. They considered him just a boy. If he would lose, they could then say, he's just a boy. And if he would win, they could consider it a great victory for Navadvipa that their boy scholar was successful. Being fellow students in Gangadasa Pandit school, Jagadananda Pandit and Nimai Pandit used to have friendly arguments about logic. Sometimes they would argue about the definition of mukti. Jagadananda Pandit would quote the verse beginning Atyantya Dukha Nivriti. Liberation means to be delivered from the miseries of Maya. But Nimai Pandit would say, no, the real definition of mukti is mukti hitva anyatarupam swaropena vyavastiti. Mukti is that condition in which one realizes his own swarupa and the swarupa of Krishna, and he realizes his relationship with Krishna. Liberation from all false identifications is only possible when one knows his real identification. Identification. So, sorry. Liberation from all false identification is only possible when one knows his real identification. When one when one surrenders to the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna and serves them with one's transcendental body and senses, that is mukti. Otherwise, mukti is only partial. So this is Nara Lila, human like friends. So this is Nara Lila, human like, human like pastimes. Um, Friends are arguing together. So I will continue the next time to read from this beautiful text. Very interesting, very nice. Um, I will again repeat. This is written from exactly this part is from a lecture of Shilan Maharaj, and the whole text is written from Shrimati Shmarani Didi Mata. I'll continue to read further the next time. At this moment, I want to find some song. So I would like to try to sing a song from Sri Paramananda Hare Hare Govinda Hare. So just we this I want to say we saw how beautiful it was written about these places Godavari, Navdvipa, Vrindavana, and about Sri Satchidananda Gaura Hari, about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As we all know, he took shelter of Srimati Radharani and she gave him her love, Shim, Madanakya Mahabhava, the highest love in all the worlds. Because Sri Krishna took shelter of Srimati Radharani, she, in her great mercy, she gave him this feeling, Madanakya Mahabhav, this great love, the greatest love in all the worlds, Madanakya Mahabhav, the love of Srimati Radhika to Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna appears as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the year um, um, 1486. So in the 16th, then he appeared in the end of 15th century, and in the 16th century he has spoken the Shishishikshastaka, as we all know, and in his personality are the divine couple together, Srimati Radhika and Sri Krishna together. And he um, he has the golden complexion of Srimati Radhika, of the body of Srimati Radhika. His body has the golden complexion of the body of Srimati Radhika, and in his heart is the feeling, the love of a pure devotee to Krishna, the crying of a pure devotee in separation from Krishna. The love of a pure devotee to Krishna is in the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because he took shelter of Srimati Radharani, and she, in her great love and mercy, gave to him this Madanakya Mahabhav. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has in his heart this Madanakya Mahabhav, this love of a pure devotee to Krishna. And this is shown, this love is shown in every verse of Sri Shikshastaka. Also, the love of the others pure devotees to Krishna is shown in Sri Shikshastaka. But because Srimati Radhika is the topmost pure devotee, as stated in verse 10 of Sri Rupa Deshamrita of Srila Rupa Goswami, that's why also there is the Madanakya Mahabhav, and also at the same time the love of the other pure devotees to Krishna. Of course, all of these pure devotees, their love to Krishna is not the same. It is not that every pure devotee loves Krishna with Madanakya Mahabhav. No, only Radhika. Only Srimati Radhika loves Krishna with the highest love in all the worlds, Madanakya Mahabhav. This is what only Srimati Radhika has. And in her great mercy and love, she has given this feeling, this love to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can see from verse 8, the last verse of Shri Shikshastaka, how beautiful is this love. Шивартам пидащтомам, адашна мърмахтам кротова. Тата тава вида тата лампато, мат прананата стуса ева напраха. Oh, my Lord, you can make me the most happiest, or you can make me the most unfortunate if you are not present before me, if if you are not present before me, in front of me. But you can do whatever you want, oh my Lord. You are the Lord of my prana, the Lord of my living heirs, and you will always remain my only Lord. So we see how beautiful and undescribably strong is this love. The love of Srimati Radhika to Sri Krishna, the love of a pure devotee to Krishna. Still, of course, just only from reading this verse, from reading of this verse, it is not enough to understand really what is the love of Srimati Radhika to Shri Krishna, and what is the love of a pure devotee to Krishna. We cannot understand just from reading this text, of course not. But still, we we have just some kind of small spark of understanding maybe comes to us with the mercy of the Lord. Of course, we need actually teachers, we need Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus who are in the disciplic succession of Rupanuga Bhakti, um, in order to um, try to learn how to serve the divine couple Srimati Radhika and Shri Krishna, um, in order to make them happy, to make them joyful. So, this is what actually a devotee um, wants. A devotee wants to serve the Lord life after life. The devotee does not um, want mukti, liberation, or things like or something else. No, only serving the Lord life after life. This is what a devotee wants. Of course, everything is the mercy of the Lord. We also cannot say, oh, I want this, I want that. Of course, we can want this and that, but what will happen? It is dependent on many things. Uh, we can want to become Baladasi of Srimati Radhika. We can want to be maidservants of Srimati Radhika, but when it will happen and how it will happen, this is dependent on many things. This is dependent on the Lord. This is dependent on the whole society of teachers, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus, and devotees, and um, acharyas and previous acharyas, and it is dependent on from the Lord Himself. It is dependent from the divine couple, Srimati Radhika and Shri Krishna. We can not just um, want something, just want something. We can, but um, if we will get this what we want, it is dependent on the Lord. Of course, it is dependent also on us. We have to try to go on our path, on our bhakti path, on our Krishna conscious path. We have to try to go on and to follow the instructions of our teachers, of the Diksha Guru and of the Shiksha Gurus. So I would like to try to sing a song. This is from Shri Paramananda. Just a moment. Hare Hare Govinda Hare Kaliya Mardana Kanzani Sudana Hare Hare Govinda Hare Devaki Nandana Rama Hare Kasha Pavara Sukaranara Vamana Brigu Suga Raksha Kulara Shri Balada Buddha Kake Narayana Deva Janardana Kikazare Deva Janardana Keshava Madhava Yadava Yadupati Daya Dalana Dukhabhanjana Shara Goloka Hindu Gokula Chandra Garuda Garuda Dvaja Gaja Dvaja Gaja Mojana Mojana Murara Shri Purushotama Parameshvara Brahma Parama Brahma Parameshti Akara Tukita Dayankoro Deva Deva Kisuta Durmati Paramananda Paramananda Parihari Hari Hare Govinda Hare Kariya Mardana Kamsa Nishudana Hare Hare Govinda Hare Devakinandana Rama Hare. Translation. This is from this song is from Sri Paramananda. Okay, translation. O crusher of Kalia, O killer of Kamsa, O delight of Devaki, O Rama, O Hari, O Matisa, O Kurma, O Varaha, O Nrishimha, O Vamana, Parashurama, O enemy of the demons, O Balarama, O Buddha, O Kalki, O Narayana, O Deva, O Janardana, O enemy of Kamsa, O Keshava, O Madhava, O Yadava, O king of the Yadus, O Lord who rips the demons into shreds, O Lord who destroys suffering, O descendant of King Shurasena, O moon of Goloka, O moon of Gokula, O Lord who holds a mace, O Lord who flies a banner marked with the Garuda, O Lord who delivered Gajendra, O enemy of Mura, O Supreme Person, O Supreme Controller, O Master, O Supreme Brahman, O Supreme Lord, O enemy of Agha, O Deva, O son of Devaki, please be merciful to this wicked Paramananda. You see how always the songwriters uh, in Bhakti, in Krishna consciousness, they are always so humble. They always, not always, but very often at the end of their songs, they say, "Oh, I'm the most fallen from all the others devotees." This shows how humble are these persons. They are very humble. They always see themselves as more fallen than the others. But actually, they are not fallen. They just show to us how how one have to be humble. They teach us to be humble. Okay, so because yes, humility is very important for uh, the path of Krishna consciousness, for bhakti. Humility is very important. Let's see what is that here. So I will come to an end now. So I will again say um, um, that I'm not qualified on these topics. Vedic literature and comments on Vedic literature. So I'm not trying to instruct anybody when I try to say something. When I try to say something, I'm not trying to instruct anybody. I'm just trying to understand these topics. Of course, one have to understand the Vedic literature and the comments on the Vedic literature under the guidance of teachers, under the guidance of Diksha Guru and Chiksha Gurus. All of you who are Vaishnavas in Rupanuga Bhakti, you are you are um, my teachers. You are my gurus. I pay obeisances to you. Dandavat pranam. Vanchakapatrupischa. Kripasnukupevcha. Patitanam pavanebhyo. Vaishnavebhyo. Namo namaha.
Namaste Narasihaya Praladaladaina Hiranyakashipu Rakshaha Shiratankana Kalaya Iton Rishiho Paraton Rishiho Yato Yato Mitata Rishimha Rishimha Hridayam Rishimha Rishimha Madim Sharanyam Prabhupada Tava Karakamalavare Nakama Buddha Shrinka Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Shri Nishimha Janri Shimha Jaya Janri Shimha De Prahladesh Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Vri Shri Nishimha Janri Shim Jaya Janri Shimha De Prahladesh Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Vri Shri Nishimha Janri Shim Jaya Janri Shimha De Prahladesh Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Vri Shri Nishimha Janri Shim Jaya Janri Simhade Prahladesh Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Jaya Jayan Rishim Hade Jayan Rishim Hade Jayan Rishim Hade Jayan Rishim Hade Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Nishiha Prahlad Nishiha Jaya Prahlad Nishiha Lakshmi Nrsimha Lakshmi Nrsimha Lakshmi Nrsimha Jaya Lakshmi Nrsimha Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Gaura Jaya Shri Shri Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Shri Shri Gauranitai. Radhe Radhe Radha Madhava Radha Gopinatha Shri Radhe Radha Madhava Radha Gopinatha Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe. Jai Guru Dev, Jai Guru Dev, Jai Guru Dev, Jai Guru Dev, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much for your attention. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.